everyone, and welcome to the General Hospital recap for June 20th. Let's get right into it because it's already, I'm catching up soon, woo! So at the Metro Court restaurant, Alexis is getting coffee. She wants to talk to Julian, who's there, and she tells him that Olivia is backing off and leaving things as is custody-wise. He's happy, not super enthusiastic as she expected him to be. He has something on his mind. So Alexis thinks that he should try to increase his visitation, and he needs to get back to the office and work stuff out because of his long absence. Because remember, he has a real job, Derek Wells Media, remember that? Yeah. So he sits with some guy after Alexis leaves. This person has recently got out of prison, and the guy wants to talk to him because they're old friends apparently. He spent the last 5 years in prison. His crew wasn't there for Julian last year apparently, and this guy wants Sonny out of the picture for good, and Alexis overhears him say that because she comes back. So this guy's like super serious, and his name's Garvey, by the way. And Julian tells him not to get greedy, stay on the West Coast where he is, and learn from his mistakes, his own. But apparently this guy's brother was attacked by Sonny's associates. So then this guy brings up Ava, even saying Sonny had a hand in what happened to her. And this guy wants to team up and make an example out of Sonny. I gotta put my feet up. So he wants to team up and make an example out of Sonny. And Julian won't team up for him. He tells him to go for it though. Julian says, he's probably under surveillance, so he would be no help. The police would just be right on this operation. Like, he's out of that life. He wants something better. So this guy's like, hey, and then Julian's like, I'm out on bail and you don't want me involved, and this guy will take on Sonny himself. It seems like a good plan and not hasty at all, but he'll remember that Julian wouldn't help him, and I'm like, okay, go for it, because I literally don't even know you. So Alexis comes up to him after this guy leaves. He wasn't expecting to see her again, and this guy's been calling him and he's been avoiding him apparently. So Alexis asks what he's gonna do about this whole situation. So at Kelly's, I'm kind of at an angle now because it helps me look at the camera apparently. So at Kelly's, Amy and Nathan are meeting with the publisher today. She's freaking out a little and she thanks him again for what he's doing. She hugs him, and then Nina comes up and sees, and he'll be paid. Nathan will be paid from the publisher. Well, Manlanders will be paid through an LLC, so the publisher won't ever have to ask his real name or anything like that. So as they're about to leave, Nina comes up to them and she gets in between, and Nathan is going to meet Amy at the publishing house, or wherever they're meeting. So Nina's been having a hard time finding Maxie's replacement, and she asks him what's been going on with him and Amy Driscoll, and he says they're not involved, he's just doing her a favor, and he has to go now. So in Kelly's, Nella's inside, she's applying for a job there. Oh sweetie. And then Bobby comes up to her and is like, yeah, no, you're not getting a job here. So Bobby tells Nell that she's the owner, co-owner with her brother, and she decides who works here, and Nell won't be getting a job. And personally, missed opportunity. Me and my mom were talking about it later, and we're like, you could have had her work there and slowly sabotaged her to the point where she thought she was going crazy, because she would have never known that you're the owner. Or hopefully Michael wouldn't have said anything. He probably would have, but anyway, it could have been so fun, but not gonna happen. Bobby, disappointed, a little disappointed. So Nell will leave and look somewhere else, but Nell confronts Bobby. And she says, she's tried to stay out of her way, and she's still trying to, and, why does Bobby continue to go after her? And Bobby tells her to go back to Atlanta or Florida, and they'll be fine. And no one wants her here. And she also wants her away from Michael. And she says, again, that he pities her, and she knows better now. She knows that Michael doesn't pity her. And Bobby grabs Nell before she can leave, and then Nina comes in. So Bobby has to go. She gets a call, probably from the hospital, like, hey, guess who was dangling off the roof? And she tells Nell not to be there when she gets back, and Nell thanks Nina for kind of interfering a little bit. Nina doesn't like to see bullying, and Nell knows she had it coming though. So Nina asks Nell why she's staying in Port Charles, and Nell makes a financial case to stay here, but Nina kind of knows it's Michael. She can see that. And Nell, Nina may have a job for her. She needs an assistant and office manager. So at the Metro Court, Amy and Nathan are approaching the hotel room that the publisher's in. Quinn Danvers, I feel like she's someone I should know, but I don't. She's in town for a little bit, like literally like a day or two, so that's why like they're meeting in her hotel room, well, the suite. So Amy says that she's Manlander's manager, hey. So Quinn is such a fan of his, and they're such, a careful balance. Amy speaks for Man, but, she really wants it, Quinn wants him to speak for himself. So she's excited for him to get on board. He reaches out to the everyman that they've been trying to nail down, and she brings up specifics like, oh yeah, when you wrote to this guy from Tennessee about blah, blah, blah. And to Amy's surprise, Nathan did his research and was able to comment on the exact article that she's talking about. So Quinn has a phone call to take, and Amy and Nathan talk, and she says something about the charade not going on much longer, and Quinn's like, what charade? At the Quartermains, Jocelyn comes to visit and is under the impression Carly is going back to Sonny. They're on the she's talking to Michael. So they're on Carly and Sonny went to the island. Jocelyn says they got into a huge fight before Carly left. Michael takes Carly's side with it, that she can't disrespect her or police her life, and he says that they're just there on business. He thoroughly believes it, and she says that Sonny's going to try to get her back, and they'll all be one happy family. And Michael's like, is that a bad thing? To her, yes, but to Michael, no. So Jocelyn hears Carly crying over Sonny, and how angry he makes her, and what he did to Jax. On top of it, it's not fair, and Carly should hate Sonny. Should, woulda, coulda. So Michael says that it's not up to them if she forgives Sonny, but Jocelyn says she never will. So Michael sees things in gray tones, like he forgives him like he literally killed his father, but if you're gonna forgive anyone, if you're gonna forgive someone for that, you literally could forgive them for anything. He's family, and he gets angry with everyone every once in a while, even her eventually, but he'll never cut her out no matter what, because family doesn't do that. At least his family doesn't. So Bobby comes in and says she ran into Nell, who wanted to work at Kelly's, and that's not going to happen. And Nell misconstrued sympathy, and Michael says maybe she knows. Michael says, I don't know. He says something, and Bobby infers that Nell told him about their conversation about pity, and she says that she's working an agenda, and he says if Nell's manipulating him, it's his mistake to make, and I totally 100% agree with that. In Puerto Rico, Carly and Sonny are there to meet the distributor. He's late, and wow, there's breakfast for them. Isn't that wonderful? Breakfast. I made breakfast burritos this morning because I'm amazing. And there's an extra piece of bacon. Oh, I'm so happy. So he tells her that she's always welcome here, even after the divorce. Yeah, you're always welcome in Puerto Rico. I'm just kidding. I know he's talking about like the specific island they're on, but like just makes me laugh a little bit, and I like to laugh. Oh, he gets to sleep. Oh, she's so baby. Yes, you're so baby. You're so baby. So he tells her ECAT's gonna be 3 this year, but I don't care. So baby. So where was I? So she says that once she's signing, it's over, and they'll go back home. Memories are enough, and they toast to good memories. And I love Carly's dress, by the way. By this point, I've forgotten what it looks like. I feel like it was blue, and but it was a few days ago. I don't remember anything. I'm like a 24-hour loop. Once it's 24 hours, I forget. So he thinks that she thinks that he set this whole thing up. Oh wait. Sorry, I missed something. So, darn, can you believe it? The guy won't be there until after 5, and then it'll be too late, and they'll have to do everything tomorrow, which means they have to spend the night in Puerto Rico. And she thinks he set all of this up, and he says that he has no strings to pull because she's the owner. So he shows her the text from the distributor saying he'll be there 5:30 and leaves. So Carly worked it out so she can stay. She apologizes for thinking the worst of him, and he says the divorce won't change how important she is to him. At J. Sam's place, Jason comes home. He got breakfast out. Sam was asleep for like 10 hours, and she seems better. I want to sleep for 10 hours. So she's hiding the knife behind her because she was trying to get to the kitchen before, he came in. So Sam thinks about bringing the knife to bed, what she did last night. And she tries to stash it before he sees the knife, and she says she found it on the coffee table, and he's like, oh, I must have brought it out before and totally forgot. Yeah, Jason, that sounds like something you would do. So he promises to loop her in more. There's a knock at the door. They're not expecting anyone. It's Julian, go figure. He has something important to tell them, so they let him in, and he tells them about Garvey, the West Coast guy. And Jason's like, Kay, why are you telling us this? And he's like, he wants Sonny eliminated. Now, end scene. So I felt like being dramatic, because I'm in a good angle, and I can be dramatic. See, I'm not like, Jenna Marbles has that fancy zoom where the camera comes to you, but me, in this house, we come to the camera. Anyway, so at the end, end scene, Amy covers about the charade thing, you know, everything is hypothetical until the papers are signed. My life, Amy. And she says, you know, she's even been given the green light to sign him. Oh, Quinn says that. She's been given the green light to sign him, but, you know, she wants his picture all over the books. Nina feels bad about making Nina spy on Valentine, and she wants to pay her back for it. Bobby won't stop giving her opinion. No one's asking you to. And, you know, whether or not he listens to her about Nell is up to him. Michael is so much like Carly and her, so, you know, she's got the deck stacked against her there. And he says that nothing has happened between them yet. Jocelyn is now on Michael's case about Nell. He doesn't want to talk about it. He offers that she and her friend can stay the night and use the pool, and she says no. I'm sorry, she says no? Why are you saying no? Ugh. Cassie recently RIP the pool. I want like an inflatable pool in the back. We'll see if it happens this summer. I did have one, but then something unfortunate happened to the filter hose. Someone chewed through it. I won't mention any names. So it wasn't me though. So she's gonna spend the night over her friends, who I hope has a pool. Turning down a pool. Sorry, it very much offends me when people turn down a chance to go in a pool. Then she says that, you know, he's wrong and possibly a hypocrite. It's been a long day for Michael. So Johnson calls Trina and says that she has the house to herself and they can have a few people over. So Carly's gonna go spend time at the pool. Good for you, Carly. You know, I feel like we share more than a name, even though her name, Carly, is a nickname, and my name, Carly, is not. That is my given name. I didn't even know it could be a nickname till high school, and someone else was Carly, but their real name wasn't Carly. Anyway, if you didn't know that about me, my name is actually Carly. It is not short for anything. Comment in the comments if you thought my name was short for another name. I'm interested to know. So he's like, hey, the ocean's right there. Let's go in the ocean. And, like, that's cool, you know, I mean, pools are cool, oceans are cool, go in the ocean, then go in the pool, the life, right? So Sam and Jason, like, I could literally go to the ocean right now if I wanted to. I live in New Jersey, like, I could go there right now, and it would take me, like, not long at all. But anyway, so, where was I? Oh, Sam and Jason question whether this whole Julian thing is a trap, and he says that he turned down the offer to team up, he's changing his life, and he just wanted them to know, and then Julian leaves. So Jason is calling Sonny on the chance that Julian is telling the truth. Carly's gonna go change into her shoes, and Sonny leaves his phone and doesn't get the call from Jason. What are you gonna do, right? Alright, so that is it for the 2020th recap, and my rant about pools and whether or not you think my name. I'm gonna ask that question because I'm genuinely interested. That's how the next few videos are gonna start. Sorry about that, but you heard it here first. All right, so sorry. Before I choke to death, I'm gonna end this, and I'll see you in 2 seconds. All right, bye.